right? Now we are going to fix that. Made a small mistake. I'll tell you what is that mistake. See, in the home controller, we had a contact. On in the contact, instead of phone, you say regex. And you have to use this. Inside, you have to use cap $, and then //d open $4. That's all you have to do. This is how you have to build your regular expression. This is your regular expression. Or you got my point? So I will tell you why. Typically, how to allow the numeric value is to allow only numeric value with specific number or specific characters. What you need to do, cap /d okay. So this is open of regex, this is close of regex. Internally, you have to use /d. /d can accept only numeric value. D for digits. D stands for digits. Internally, you have to say number of values, like 1 character or 3 character or 4 character. I'm going to specify 4. You got my point? So when I pass the data like this, what will happen? It will accept only integer with the 4 letters. If I pass 5 or 3, it won't accept. Now you see. In .NET, when you are adding, if you use single slash, it will not accept. So that people will use // and try to run. /contact 1 2 3 enter. Page is not recognizing. Now if we use 4 enter, voida. No. See, because of the double slash, it will be one slash. This rejects within the parenthesis, it will consider as one slash. And this to consider a single brace. Or you got my point? You have to make that way. If you are writing in code level as a string and you are passing a regex, it will work. But when you are adding here, you have to make it as two different special characters. That is the advantage. Because my program will, my CLR should not understand if you use single slash, because slash is already the next line. Or you got my point? So to identify that as a regular expression, you have to use double slash. Got the point? So you have to be careful. Now, if you go and pass 3 characters, what will happen? If you pass 5 characters, what will happen? Not detected. If you pass only 4 characters, so a proper validation of request has been happened with the help of regular expression. Integer. Instead of regex, you are going to detect as an integer. It can be used anything. I'll show you. I create a route. Simply say phone. Here I'm going to use int. There I can say phone. Okay. Now build and say here phone method. Now run the express. If you know routing, controller, model, view, everything is easy. You can build the logic. That's all. What happened? Now, if you pass phone /1, phone method get. If I pass 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 0, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, enter. It is working. Or you got my point? So this is how you have to validate. And sir, this integer, I need to write my own middleware component. Do you remember we had a route pattern as a middleware component to invoke? We can call that also here. Typically, what you are going to do in the program.cs file, you will register that as a service. In that service, you are going to add that. Okay. So the basic idea is route is common. In that route, you are having to pass a normal parameter, and you can define the parameter as a particular data type. You can also call your own regex, and you can also create your own custom middleware. Or you got my point? So custom middleware means if I want to get only here, this action should be invoked. What you need to do? You will go and create a class and inherited by middleware, and then you will have a match method. In that match method, the value is so and so, you are going to accept it. Otherwise, you will reject it. Am I right or wrong? Am I right? Or you got my point? So that is the way you need to handle the method. Can you try that tomorrow to me? Can you try that middleware for this? Custom middleware. Call them custom middleware. Can you try this area? It should accept only phone number 10 character. Or you got my point? So not 10 characters. Make it as an year. Phone number should be here. Or you can say here. YEAR. Say, I will. No. Phone, a particular year. Or you can say download. You can make this as download. Download a year. And then you try this with the custom middleware. How to do the custom middleware for this? Let me do that. Right click, add new folder, middleware. Right? Middleware constraint. You can say middleware constraint. Say this invoking route controller is most important topic. Okay, that is why I'm going in depth. Middleware constraint. What I will do? Add new item. What is my class name? What is my class name? You all forget. First, you need to call middleware class. Am I right or wrong? Here you can say year constraint. Now you got the middleware, year constraint, request delegate. Everything will be called from the invoke. So what you need to do? What you have to write the code? Come on, online. What you have to write the code? Forget. Did you remember this authentication authorization middleware? Did I implement it? Did you guys remember this?
Yes, sir.
Did you guys remember this? Am I right or wrong? I created my authorization. I created my authentication. Or you got my point? So how to get the query string, query value from the HTTP context? Int underscore year equal to come on HTTP context dot response dot request dot query of what you are getting. What query you are getting from the controller? Here. Your key is here. There you are going to convert that as a convert dot to int 32. It will not convert. It is a string. It is a string. Now what you will do? You will write the logic behind it. What is the logic you will write? What is the logic you will write? If underscore year equal to 2023 or underscore year equal to 2024, then return no, it has to call HTTP context next delegate. So what you will do, you will have a boolean. Bool is task completed equal to false. Right? Now what you will do? If it is success, you will make this as true. Else what you will do? Else what you will do? Is task completed equal to false. Right. Now save. You go back to the monthly route. Go back to the no, it has to write like this. I wrote constraint. This one will not work. I'm getting confused. Why this monthly route constraint comes here? If task is task equal to true, return task is completed task. No, I don't think this is needed. Else return task dot no, simply say return task dot, right? Simply say here return null, right? Now build. Now what you will do? You will register that here. The constraint you have to register as a service. How you will register the service? Before you register the service, what you will do? You will copy this using monthly constraint. Under the builder.service method, what you will do? Builder.services dot add transient You will say yearly. You will say yearly, comma, type of class name. What is your class name? Year constraint. Type of is small t. What ra? Hmm. Why? This is how you have to write. Builder dot services dot add routing. Routing. There you say routing dot constraint map dot add. You say yearly, comma, type of yearly constraint. Now build. Now go back to your controller. You say here yearly and include that namespace, constraint namespace. Micros sample dot middleware constraint. It's a better to use. Build. Click on this yearly constraint. Put a breakpoint. Try to run. It may work, may not work. I will see. Typically, it has to work. It upload Kelda. Let's do another way. I delete this. I create a class. Say yearly constraint. There I used I middleware and then quick action, implement interface. Instead, I have to use iRoute constraint. Okay. Here, I got the route key. Say here, string key equal to, not key, string year equal to values of route key dot to string. Now I got the route key value, right? Before that, what I need to do? Bool is year equal to false. Now I'm going to return as is year. Then if I get this year, what I need to do? I want to convert into integer. What I will say here, convert dot to int 32. Or you got my point? Then I'll write a logic if year equal to (2023) or year equal to 2024. Asale chiragga undi. Is year equal to true. Right? Now build the project. It's an yearly constraint. Build succeeded. Now try to run. See, it is working. What I did, see, that is middleware. This is route constraint. I made a mistake. I built a middleware. But here you're supposed to build the route constraint. Middleware is something different. Route constraint is something different. Got my point? So I made a small mistake. We have to implement route constraint. What is my route constraint? I got the year. I checked the year. With that, I'm going to use yearly. Now, go back in program.cs file. This is your yearly constraint. In your controller action method, what you will do? You will call that yearly here. Now run it. What is your URL, ma? What is your URL? URL is /download/year. /download/2022. See, your constraint got detected. Now, F11, initially it is false. It is getting the year. Now see what is the year you are getting. 2022. Whether it is true or false. False. So what will happen? Page not found. Because you are expecting only 2023. Or you got my point? You are checking the year is valid. Now it will allow you to go to controller.phone method. Makes sense? You can implement constraint within the route. You can take the constraint outside the route and do the regex. Or you got my point? Now, sir, I want to implement phone number constraint. How to do that? How to do that? Create a solution explorer, right click, add, new item, create a class called, I'll complete the phone constraint, we'll leave. Tomorrow we will for the remaining stuff. Phone constraint. Right? So here what is your validation? I route constraint. So how are you going to implement that? Implement interface. Priti, you understand? Hello? Pranit?
Yes, sir.
Now here, bool is pH match equal to false. Now you will return is pH match. First point. The next point, what I need to do? I need to get the route key. What is my route key in the home controller? My route key is phone, phone. Now copy this value, go to constraint. First you need to get the dictionary. Enter. How to get the phone number detection? You have to implement reject, sorry. So int number equal to values of, what is your route key? You are having route key. Dot to string, right? Now convert dot to int of 64 . Wait . Okay, I'll check if values not equal to null condition. Okay, some issue. Let me put convert dot 2 into 32. I can put right off now. Right? Now I'm going to implement regex. Regex regex equal to, what is your regex mark? Cap symbol. Where is the dollar? Dollar. In between, you will use /d, 4 characters. Because of this, I'm going to use double slash. And here I have to use okay. New of regex done. I built the regex. This is not required. This is not required. This is not required. No, this is required. Done. Now what you will do? If regex dot match, your regex matched, what you will do? Your number is valid. Whatever the value you are getting as number, you can simply call here or you got my point. But the scope is not coming in. So what you need to do? You have to declare this number outside the if loop statement equal to 0. And then bring the number, assign the value. Now this will work. Then what you will do? Phone matches true. Now build the project. Okay. Here you have to pass dot to string. Then build the match. Done. Then you have to register this constraint in program.cs file. So how to register? Builder dot services dot add routing. You have to register like this. So how you have to register? Routing equal to, then you will add routing dot constraint map dot add. You have to say PHONO phone number, comma, type of, what is your constraint name? Phone constraint, right? Then take this number, phone number, go back to the controller. Instead of regex, you use this. Am I right or wrong? And then close. Did I made any regex here? Where I made the regex? In my constraint.cs file. How may I made the constraint.cs file? I got the value, detect the number, I compared with my regex, match is found, I'm going to create it. Now you see, I put a breakpoint, yearly constraint, I remove the breakpoint, run the IIS. What is your URL? Phone number. Successfully started up. Now, you go use, I'm passing 4 letters. Click enter. Where I'm getting? Which constraint I called? Phone constraint. There, F11, I got the number 1, 2, 3, 4. Now with the regex, I'm matching the number. Matched. So it is detecting the controller. Now if I pass 1, 2, 3. What will happen? It will not work. It is not detected, na? Old page. Okay. Now you understand how your controller, your routing, your route constraint, your map controller, everything combined together. I got my point. So route constraint will help you to detect n number of places for a particular action method. Or you got my point? You can write any logic. You can write a regex with email ID. I want to pass only email ID, or I want to pass only GUID, or I want to pass only a particular value as a parameter, a type of value as a parameter. With the help of route constraint, you can detect your action method inside the router class. Clear my point? That's all. Thank you, guys. We'll meet tomorrow. Matladaala